What is going on, guys? So today I want to come on here and talk about three super important questions to be asking your prospects when you're on the phone. Obviously, guys, sales is, I can't stress how important it is. That's why I teach it. I teach what I've learned from my mentor and what's helped me in my business as far as converting. You can have the best marketing strategy in the world. If you can't sell, you're not going to convert. It's as simple as that. So sales, like my mentor says, if you know how to sell, you'll have a blank check in front of your face for the rest of your life with any amount on it. And I couldn't agree more with that. Now, obviously, these three questions are just simple three questions throughout my sales process. However, I teach my mentees a lot more in depth on the sales process. But I want to talk today about these three main questions that all of you should be asking when you are getting on the phone to do a real estate deal. Super important. So question number one is there anyone else, Mr. Prospect, is there anyone else that owns this property? Is there anyone else that's affiliated with this property that's gonna be a decision maker as far as sales price and as far as the general sale of the property? Is there anyone else? Right, you got to ask those questions. No, okay, great. Continue on. If yes, I always like to schedule a call. Well, Mr. Prospect, I appreciate this, but without your significant other here, or without your sister here or brother here that also owns the property, it's pretty hard to move forward with this call and get things done because we can't come to an agreement today. Now, is it okay? Can we schedule a call with all three of us this week, maybe tomorrow at 9 a.m., right? So you want to schedule a call with everybody on the phone, right? Because the last thing you want to do is go through all of that work, negotiating comps, all this kind of stuff. You present an offer and they say, oh, well, I got to talk to my sister and she lives in Australia because I can't sell this without her because she owns the property as well. She's the second owner of the property. So you don't want to do that. Ask me how I know. I've been there. Super frustrating. You'll actually just end your day in frustration and disappointment. Number two, you want to find out why they're talking to you. But Mr. Prospect, I appreciate the phone call, but most of the time, typically people call real estate companies, realtors. How come you didn't want to list with a realtor? Right? Super important. That's when it's very easy. It's a general, not a deep question, but it'll let out a lot of motivation from people, right? Oh, well, we don't have time for a real estate agent. We just lost our job. We need to get this sold as soon as possible before we can't pay the mortgage, right? Like all these motivations will come out. A ton of other reasons why, but you'd be surprised just asking a simple question. Why didn't you call a realtor? Wouldn't that be a better option for you? Right? Just that simple question will just let out so much motivation. Question number two, absolutely always ask that. The third question, this is further into the conversation. So you've pre-qualified them that they're the sole owner, right? Or you rescheduled the call with both the owners of the property and you're on a conversation. You figured out why they didn't just call a realtor. So you figured out that they are in a position for your services, right? And number three is once you're starting to get into the negotiations and you ask, well, Mr. Seller, what do you think this property is worth? Considering the condition, always repeat back what they told you about the property. So all the things that are wrong with it, outdated kitchen, outdated bathroom, the porch is falling apart, it needs a roof, it's only got one new window, all the rest of the windows are original. So always repeat that stuff back. Mr. Prospect, what do you think this property is worth considering it needs a new kitchen, it needs to be up, the bathrooms are outdated, needs all new windows, the roof is starting to leak, it's super old. What do you think this place is worth? And well, I talked to my real estate buddy. He said it's probably worth $85,000. And then what you say, okay, is that your asking price, Mr. Seller? Right? So it's a way of asking them what they want for the property without being too blunt, right? They're already giving you a number because their real estate friend or somebody or their Zillow's estimate or whatever says this amount. And they say, well, we do need, it needs a lot of work. So, I guess we can be pretty negotiable. We'd probably take 70,000, maybe what they would say to you, right? And then you would say, very important question, super important. This is how you know the difference between someone that's ready to do business today or somebody that's not ready to do business today. And guys, I don't know about you, but I am in the business to do business today, right? I'm not trying to wait till next week or 2 weeks, schedule 5 more calls. No, I want to get a contract signed today. That's just the way I operate. And that's the way you guys should be operating, right? So here's the main question. So, all right, Mr. Seller, I don't know if I can because I haven't punched any numbers yet, but let's just say that I can give you $70,000 today for the property. Are you willing to sign a contract today? Right? And just be quiet. Let them talk. And they'll either say yes or no. They got to talk to their pet goldfish, or they have some other excuse. And that's kind of when you go into it, touch on their pain, touch on their motivations, get them emotional enough to make an educated decision, right? Don't take advantage of people, just get them emotional enough, repeat their problems that they've already told you about the property, repeat it back to them, get them emotional enough to make an educated decision, right? So that's how you kind of get over those objections. But a lot of times when there's a lot of distress and you say, hey, if I can give you $70,000 today, you're ready to sign a contract today. A lot of times it's yes, a lot of times it's no. But there's ways of getting over those objections, which I teach, obviously. But guys, those are the 3 main questions I wanted to share with you today. Go out and crush it, keep going, ask these questions, make sure you ask these questions. Do not waste your time with unqualified people. You're just gonna finish your day in disappointment and frustration, and I don't wanna see anybody dealing with that. So anyway, guys, again, my information's down below for 30-minute consultation. You can text me, call me. If any of you guys need help, you need mentorship, I'm more than willing to help people. I love this business just as much as I love my family. So it's a lot of fun. But anyway, guys, I'll talk to you later. Peace.